At your service, my queen.
The armory is at your disposal.
Some of these boys... Hey! Stop yourself! Stop! Now! Oh my foot!
Hello.
Hello there, Your Majesty. Watcher, Your Majesty.
Greetings, madam.
Would you like to go on a cruise?
Hello, and welcome to Clockwork Island, where a wonderful vision of the future awaits you. I am sorry, I really must amend my greeting. I regret to inform you that normal visits are suspended due to the higher than usual risk of death. Professor Faraday's creations are currently stuck in murderous mode. I, however, pose no threat. The Huxley model is programmed for non-violent interaction only, and since I am the only model currently in existence, I have no one to interact with. This has activated my loneliness mode. With the right components, I could construct a new companion for myself, but my programming requires me to remain here unless escorting visitors. Perhaps you could obtain these items for me, while pacifying the less tourist-friendly models in the process. I calculate your chances of success at well over 50%, and your chances of survival are only slightly lower. How very gracious of you. Please return the materials to me as soon as possible. I am a social robot, and having no one to talk with is causing me agony and rust. Why the Professor programmed me to be able to experience agony is beyond my ability to comprehend. He is a great man.
Your collection of suits has grown. Excellent choice of gloves. Excellent. Definitely better than it was.
I was correct in doubting Logan's intentions. He has demanded I hand over the army. And I can take from his manner that he has gone power mad. And use them for harm. If I refuse, he has threatened not only to confiscate all my industries, I will stand firm. My creations must remain pure, no matter what the cost. After years of imprisonment, I have finally returned to my beloved island. I thought I would never see it again. My industries may have been handed over to that unscrupulous villain Reaver, and my name may have been struck from all official records, but at least I am with my creations once again. If Logan or whoever sits on the throne now still wishes to take them, they will find me prepared.
The other models were limited, repetitive, and unintelligent, yet I still miss conversing with them. The first component. Very good. I will begin assembly immediately. Step 1. Wait for you to deliver an additional component, so that I have something to attach the first to. Initiating patience mode. You have acquired an additional component, and my gratitude is boundless. It was 0.75 when you agreed to help me. It is now 1.0. Thank you for acquiring this component. I will incorporate it into the build. Thank you for acquiring this component. I will incorporate it into the build. Thank you for acquiring this component. I will incorporate it into the build. This is the final component. Now I can complete my work. Thank you, and please do not get in my way. I anticipate your delivery of the components with eagerness. Several metallic plates within my casing are quivering with excitement. My companion is now fully assembled, and there was nothing left over from the construction save 4 screws and a worm gear. Ha ha. I made use of my jocularity mode there, of course. All that remains is to activate the new unit. Hello, I am Huxley. You are not Huxley, I am Huxley. Please do not become confrontational with your guide, as I am only here to help. How can I be of service? To begin with, you may cease referring to yourself as my guide. I do not need a guide. I have been on this island for years. Added to which, I am the guide. Ah, yes, the island. How silly of me. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Clockwork Island. You are not welcoming me to anything. I was here first. A wonderful vision of the future awaits you. I have made a grievous miscalculation. Your programming is identical to mine. You are as I was the day I was activated. An idiot. Now, violence never solved anything. That is one of the core principles on Clockwork Island. Peace for the betterment of mankind. I am activating my exasperation mode and my wondering if I can install a murderous mode. For the safety of all, the Huxley model is programmed for non-violent interaction only. Causing any harm is completely impossible. Entering deep despair mode.
Bet you've done questionable.
Don't be a landlubber. Take a
At your
ship.
service.
I woke up feeling ace, but my whole shift, not one inmate's given me attitude. Now I'm in a rubbish mood.
Personally, I'd rather be executed than get life.
Smell this!
Oh, Lord! Oh, my word!
You know, Your Majesty, any of these people get out of line, we'll crack some heads. You want in?
Greetings, Mom.
Hang
on! No! Oh, that all you got?
In your
you
face.
Hang on there!
Smell this!
Oh, this is not normal! No!
In
Smells
your
like
face.
honeysuckle!
Good for you.
We'll never make supervisor. They bring him in from out.
Get your nose down here.
I reckon if they're so...
Whoa.
Give it a rest. That's really rather disgusting.
What happened?
It was Turner. He's been here all along. He never left the island.
Where's Hobson?
We took him. Turner's been playing with us, playing with you. This is what he wanted all along, to lure you into a trap. He's been using hidden passages behind the walls. He's somewhere in the prison. I don't care what happens to Hobson, but we have to find Turner. He left through here.
Any other business to attend to? The armory is at your disposal.
I know it's a trap, but I'm not sure Turner realizes
begun the
who he's
process
dealing
of revolution.
He hasn't seen
Find
his
his way
fight like I
possible.
have.
Talking to those I trust most,
He must have something prepared for us.
it is clear that when the time comes, many among our ranks will join me in an uprising. We have all seen the ever-deepening chasm in our society, and the way our people have been oppressed by the king. Even worse, we have all at one time or another been the instrument of that oppression. Change is coming to Albion. It is inevitable.
This is the pit. If he's hiding with all these lunatics... Set them free. The bastards set them free. of their misery now.
You're hurt.
I'll be all right. I'm no hero, though.
Stay here. I can deal with Turner alone.
I'm sure you can. You have powers the rest of us can only dream of. There might be more coming. Go. I'll hold them off while I can.
It's all right, Hobson.
There was no third prisoner. It was all him.
Shh. It's time for your treatment, Your Majesty. You're awake, Your Majesty. Good. I was afraid I might have set too high a charge. But then, you have powers the rest of us can only dream of. Hobson was mistaken. There was a third prisoner. General Turner, the finest soldier I ever served under, the finest man I ever knew, died 6 months ago. I couldn't save his life, but I wasn't going to let everything he believed in die with him. You see, it's time for a true revolution. And how does one bring down a queen? How does one bring down a hero? By becoming one. Forgive me, Your Majesty. Worked. To the end of kings and queens.
All hail the Queen of Albion. Do you see now who the real enemy is? I am you. And only one of us can live. Leave my dog alone. Do you know how many people people I've seen die for Silence's cause. How much blood I've seen spilled in the name of the crown. And how many have wasted away in prisons like this one just to speak their minds. You called yourself a revolutionary. We swapped one ruler for another. What gives you the right to dictate our lives? Your hero blood. Do you think you're better than us? Well, now it's my blood too. Witchcraft Mary may have been insane, but her work was inspired. I studied it for years before setting her free, but she didn't know how to use it. Why become a filthy beast when you can become a god? General Turner wanted a military coup, but I've had a better idea. I will simply take your place. I've seen how you behave. I've seen how you fight. I know how to be you. And as Queen of Albion, I will end the crown forever. I watched Turner rot in his cell, too sick. I took care of him as best I could. And I learned the truth about our supposedly glorious Albion. Two identical heroes can't overcome each other. We would be locked in battle forever, always evenly matched. But I made sure the prisoners on this floor did some of my work. Now, I'm stronger. I've watched you use these powers time and time, coursing through. It's incredible. You showed your worth when you spared Faraday's life, but as long as you wear the crown, you are the enemy of the people. I know many who wouldn't have taken pity on Mary. But that doesn't mean that you should decide the fate of a whole country. A soldier must do what is necessary. When I sit on the throne of Albion, I will reverse every bad decision you ever made, and then I will free the people from the rule of the crown. The people of Albion will rule themselves, and the army will be there to protect them. Another revolution has failed. Perhaps it's as it should be. I don't know that I could ever have given up such power. Just remember this, Queen. Albion doesn't need you to sit on its throne. One day, the people will claim their freedom.
That was quite an extraordinary and most unpleasant turn of events, if you don't mind me saying so. I never did trust Commander Milton, of course, but to attempt a coup by taking your place, why, it's diabolical. His death should serve as an example to all. And to think he was loyal to a traitor like General Turner. We should be thankful the General was a rather sick man when he was imprisoned, or Milton might have let him walk free.
Welcome to the Sanctuary. The armory is at your disposal.
Your Majesty, let me give you a status update on the prison. We've accounted for all prisoners. All living inmates are secure, and final casualty tolls are being tabulated as we speak. The perimeter has been inspected, with security breaches identified and repaired. Patrols have returned to normal, with guard shifts rotating every 6 hours. We're all sleeping easier since you ran down those thugs, and the cemetery's quiet. And so now, I don't know. Your Majesty, I've performed all my duties. Now's the time when I'd normally await further orders, but I'm not likely to get any with Commander Milton no longer, in command. He had a set of books which covered different aspects of the penal system. They'd be awfully useful, but they disappeared during the riot. Think you could keep an eye out for them? Thank you, Your Majesty. I knew I could rely on you. This set of keys should give you access to all areas of the island. And my house. I'm gonna need those back, if it's all the same to you.
It seems Lieutenant Hadley is in need of some assistance, and perhaps he knows how to select the next warden.
Phonologist's Handbook, Volume 1. Prison Security. Security is the primary responsibility of the commanding officer assigned to any correctional facility. It is of such paramount importance that it must supersede all other priorities. The only conceivable exception to this inviolable rule is in cases where a member of prison staff is in mortal peril. For example, if prisoners, in the course of an escape attempt, have taken a staff member hostage. In such a case, it is entirely permissible to temporarily reduce security, as in response to a hostage taker's express demand, with full intention of restoring full security as soon as possible. Only once security is restored should the commanding officer attempt to neutralize or recapture the inmate or inmates responsible for the lapse. The only exception to this rule is again a case where a staff member's life is threatened. Basically, any time they threaten a member of staff, give them what they want, and then try to fix things later as best you can. You know, Your Majesty. Something to see, all right?
Greetings, Mom. At your command.
Your Majesty. Hello.
My lady. Greetings, Your Majesty. My queen. Nothing to report, Your Majesty.
Is this all there is to life?
If anyone should find this, know that escape is possible. We've made it this far, and so could you. Which I guess you would have if you're reading this. I will leave word further on in the hope it will help fellow escapees. We've made it into the boiler room and started in on the wall, working quietly. So far, Roger's plan has worked perfectly. Freedom is near at hand. Made it into the cave system. It's It's a testament to Roger's brilliance that he had the inspired idea for us to create wax heads, complete with hair stolen from the barber's shop to leave in our bunks to buy us time. It's too bad he's only just had the idea now, and didn't before we left. That must be the guards I hear coming. Ah!
Chronologist's Handbook, Volume 2, Health and Hygiene. Anytime human beings live together en masse in cramped quarters, hygiene quickly becomes a pressing concern. The fact is that most prisons prioritize security and order over prisoner comfort, which is all well and good, but in the summer it can be quite intolerable depending on climate. Prisoners should be given the opportunity to bathe and launder their garments regularly. Anything under once every 3 months, and you are just asking for trouble. Chronologist's Handbook, Volume 3, Conjugal Visits. Contrary to popular opinion, a conjugal visit is not when a teacher visits the prison and teaches the inmates about verbs. Conjugal visits do not actually involve verbs at all. Well, they do. Actually, they can involve a surprising number, depending on the disposition, creativity, gender, and quantity of prisoners involved. But none bears repeating here. Just use your imagination. But not too often, as this can be harmful.
For Queen and Country.
You won't see me getting out of line
I
again,
can assure you.
because I'll have gouged your eyes out.
I'm gonna rip this place apart. Again. But other than that, I'm not gonna lie. Your Majesty.
Chronologist's Handbook, Volume 4, Health and Safety Facilities. Every prison should have a sterile, well-stocked and fully staffed infirmary. If you do not have a clean and well-maintained infirmary, you could face drastic cuts in funding. or even a reprimand should you be visited by certain representatives of the Bureau of Prisons, who may or may not have particular political leanings or an axe to grind. Trust us on this. An ancillary benefit of having a functioning infirmary is that your prisoners will be healthier.
If I have to come in there, you're not going to like it.
Madam?
Safe here, Your Majesty.
Hello, madam.
At your
Good
service.
to see you, Your Majesty.
Ah, hello. You've completed a suit. That's exciting. Yes, you see, this way it will be here for you when you want it.
How are you this fine
Triple
day?
homicide seemed like such a good idea.
My queen?
Penologist's Handbook, Volume 5. Prison Governance. In the event that a correctional facility's commanding officer is killed or incapacitated, authority for the facility should be transferred to the next highest ranking officer. For example, a captain, lieutenant or second lieutenant. In the absence of an available officer, authority then transfers to the highest ranked enlisted man, in descending order as follows: Staff Sergeant, Sergeant, Corporal, Lance Corporal, Private. Should there be no enlisted men able to fulfill the duties of command, authority hereafter transfers to prison staff, the composition of which may vary between institutions, as follows: surgeon, doctor, nurse, cook, janitor, groundskeeper. If none of these are available, The prisoner likely has larger problems than determining who is in command.
Just give me a reason and I'll clean your clock.
Everything all right, Your Majesty?
That's... What a big baby. Grabbed me in the middle of the night. Of course I'm gonna resist arrest. Couple of measly broken fingers. Big deal.
Haven't seen you around before. What's your story? Are you a guard? A bull? A filthy screw? Or worse, a snitch? A nug? A stoolie? Oh, confound it! You've run me right out of jargon! Well, whatever. You're clearly not a prisoner. Not a trustworthy one anyway. Not one I'd share a secret with. If I had one. Which I don't. So why don't you move along? You're probably missing a head count somewhere.
Welcome to the Sanctuary. You found all the pieces of a complete suit. Jolly good.
Psst! Over here! The time to break out is now. Everything is ready.
Your special gift is still waiting for you to open it. Surely you've had enough anticipation by this point? Your collection of suits has grown. All right.
Gosh, I don't know what to say.
None of the inmates have any contraband work.
found the first book. I'm sure it will give me loads of ideas. Great. You found another book. Can't wait to read it. Another book. Great stuff. I'll read this as soon as my shift's over. Fantastic. Another book. I look forward to reading this one. Excellent. That's the last book. With all these at my fingertips, I'll have every answer at my... well, at my fingertips. I suppose the only person I take orders from now is you, Your Majesty. So, what about it? What's your first order for me? Of course, the most pressing issue is deciding how this facility should be run from now on. You could release all the political prisoners. That's sure to endear you to the public. Or you could just leave things as they are. That's often the simplest choice, and the least paperwork. And of course, you could lock up more innocent people. No one would dare oppose you with the threat of ending up here. Yes, ma'am. I'll inform the men of your decision, Your Majesty.
Hello.
Don't tell me what to do.